In this video, we are going to discuss about the second isometric drawing from the problems we have here. Okay, as you all know, in isometric, we first draw our plane, that is the x-plane, and then we make our perpendicular line, or the 30, 60, 30, 90 degrees we have. So this is my 90 degrees, like this, and then the 60 degrees can be drawn like this. Or you can use a compass to draw the 60 degrees. Okay, here it is. So, like always, I'm going to be making my lines. The construction line to be a little bit darker to be seen clearly, but ideally it should be very, very faint. Okay? Okay, now let's analyze our drawing. As you can see, the total length given to us is 142, and it's already written here. And for the total width that we have to compute the total width. So the width here, this is our total width, right? So now from here to here is given as what? 50. And from this point to here is 21. And this side we also have 21. So we have 21 plus 50 plus 21, which is equal to 92. So our width is equal to 92. Then now we compute the total height. Total height we have, as you can see here, is 14. Here and here are the same, right? 14. And from this place to the center of this cylinder is given as 58. And the radius of the cylinder, or I say the diameter, is 55. Therefore, the radius is going to be 55 over 2, which is 27.5. So we now add 27.5 plus 58 plus 14. So that's going to give us our total width. 7.5 plus 58 plus 14. This is our total height. So our total height is equal to 99.5. Okay, now we dive into the work. We now measure, as we said earlier, this is our x-axis, this is the z-axis, and this is the y-axis. Across the x-axis, we put our length there, and the z-axis, we measure our width, and for the y-axis, that's where we make our height. So the length here given is 142. So now I'm going to measure 142 here. 142, which is 14.2. This is our total length. And then for the width, it's given as 99.5. No, sorry, 92. The width is 92. So I'll measure 92 from here. This is my 9.2, right? 9.2. I'll now make a sign here. Then for the total height given, we compute it to be 99.5. So 99.5, we measure from here, which is around 100. 100. So here it is. So now we are going to make our bottom plane. The plane, as we said, you can use compass, you can use ruler to measure, but using compass is more easier to me. Okay, so now I'll now measure this length here for the width, measure the width, and from this point, I'm going to cut an arc here. Then measure this length, which is 142, the length of 142. And from that point, I will cut an arc from this point here. So wherever they cross that line, we now connect this point here. So my light are going to be a little bit darker, as I said earlier, for the sake of tutorial. So this one also, I'll now connect these points like this. Okay, here it is. Now, the next thing is, across all those edges, we are going to take our line, project it upward, vertically upward. So from here, I'm going to project this to go vertically upward, like this, without making any measurements. Just take it up. And this one also, I will take it up. Same thing with this side, I will take it up. So now, the next thing to do is, let's check the drawing. As you can see, here is given as 14. So we are going to, that's from this height, this small height here is 14. So I'm going to measure 14 across all the 4 corners we have, or 4 lines. So here I'm going to measure 14, which is 1.4. This is my 14. I measured 14. So here also I'm going to measure 14, which is 1.4. This is my line 14. Okay. So if you set your paper very well, since we have already taken 30 degrees, So any line you drew using this is going to be 30 degrees. It's going to be parallel. So you can use this one. As you can see, we have several methods to draw our parallel lines. So if you just draw any line like this, if you are not using the 30-60, you have to measure 14 here, then connect it with a ruler. So let's connect this point also. Now connect here. So now we connect this point also. Okay. Now connect this point. So let me confirm this place to see whether it is 14 actually. Keep line. See this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 15. Okay, correct. Now, the next thing to do is, so we've measured this height 14. So now we can just go directly to our cylinder, since it's the complex thing to do. And moving to the cylinder, we know the stall height is 95. So we can measure the height of 95. So from here, 95 is around 100 approximately. Let's put it like this, 100. This one is already measured. Then we measure for, we can just use our test square to make a line like this. Okay. Measure 95 here also. We'll connect this point also. So now, to draw the cylinder, as you can see, the cylinder is located at the center of the drawing. From the top view, you can see it. From the front view, you can see it. From the side, you can't tell. So now, we have two choices. You can either divide this line into two, this line into two, half, and then take half of 45, which is 22.5, both sides. Or we can just compute. We have total length to be what? 142. 142 minus this 45 is going to give us 142 minus 45 is 79. Then 79 by 2. 79 divided by 2, which is 48.5. So now I'm going to take 48.5 from here, 48.5 from here. Then we'll now join our line. So the center is going to be 45. So now I'm going to take 48.5 from either side. I'm going to take 48.5 here. This is what, 8.5, and then I will take 48.5 from here also. 48.5. Then I will do the same thing here. 48.5. You can use your 30, 60, 90 set square. Sometimes it doesn't use to give accurate, especially if the edge is not that very sharp. Okay, here it is. Now we are going to connect those 2 points. Two points. Okay. And then connect this point also. I'm to measure 48.5 here. This line is not 48.5. So this is the actual line here. Then we are going to connect these 2 points here. Okay. So this place is going to give us 45, which is the total, I would say, length of the cylinder. Now the next thing is we observe that the radius of this, the diameter of the cylinder is given as 55. So I'm going to make a 55 square in the center here, across here for 2 sides. Now in here we are going to have to measure from this length here. We measure 55.5. So I'll measure 55.5 here. This is it. I'll do the same thing here. 55.5. And then same thing here. 55.5. Or you can be using your compass. When you take one measurement, use your compass, measure it, and then strike an arc in all sides. So depending on which one you think is more easier for you to do. So now, I will now connect these points here. I'll connect these points like this. Okay. I'll connect these 2 points like this. Then connect these points like this. Then connect these points like this. So now, as you can see, this is the total height, which is the diameter of our cylinder. Now, okay, as you said, I want to divide this line into 2. This width, we'll take this one, they are all the same length, the width. So I'm going to divide, the total width is 92, not 92, which means 2 by 2 is equal to 46, not 41 as we took it initially. So it's 46. So I'm going to measure 46 from this side. 46. Here is my point 46. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Measure 46 here. This is my 46. Then I will now, within this point 46, since the diameter of the... So now, we have taken our point 46. So I'm going to take the diameter. The diameter given to us is 55. So we now divide 55 by 2 is 27.5. 55 divided by 2, which is 27.5. So I'm going to measure 27.5, not 22.5 as we did earlier. Diameter is 55. Now I'm going to measure 27.5. This is 25, this is 27.5 here. I'm going to do the same thing here. I will measure 27.5. This is my point 27.5 here. Here it is. Then I will do the same thing for this one also. From my point 46, I will measure 27.5 here. Here it is. And then I'm going to measure 27.5 upward. The same thing. Okay, here it is. So now, I will project those points down. I will take them down. Let me confirm this. Where is 46 point? Here is 46. And this one should be from here. It should be 27.5. Okay. So here it is. 27.5. So now, the next thing is to project this line down. Since my interest is to draw, the cylinder at the middle. So we don't need to draw any line here or the other side. So I'll just project this line downward. I will take this line downward like this, and then take this line also downward like this. If you place your T-square and mount this like this, it's going to give you a straight line, vertical line. So here it is. So now I'm going to draw this line also vertically downward like this. Then I will draw this one also vertically downward. Okay, here it is. Now, in this, I will now measure 55.5, which is the diameter of the cylinder. So here's my 55.5 from this vertical line. I've cut it here. Now I will now measure 55.5 from this line also. Do the same thing here. This is my point. I will measure 55.5 from this line also. So as you can see, in all our lines, we drew 4 vertical lines and we're making the same measurement in them. So here it is. Then now the next I will connect these 2 points here. Connect these 2 points like this. Okay, here they are. And then I will connect these 2 points, this and this. I should be making my line a little, very light to look very good, but I'm making it darker. for better clarity. Now, the next thing here, to draw my ellipse across this side, I will divide this across the diagonal like this. Okay. Then here we have these two angles. I will divide this line into 2 and divide this line into 2. Same with this. Since our diameter is 57.2, sorry, it's 55, so I'm going to measure 27.5 from one side, which is going to give me half. Here is my 25, 26, 27. 27.5 is at the middle. So I'll do the same thing here also. I'm going to measure 27.5 here. This is my 25, 26, 27. 27.5 is at here. And I'll do the same thing. For this one, I'll just project this point down. It's more easier for me to do so. So I'll project this point here. I will take it down. Here it is. I will do the same thing in the other side. Here, I will project this center point here. Down. Here it is. And then, in this line, I'm going to measure 27.5 also to have my half of the cylinder. Half of the diameter. Here it is. The same thing with this. Okay? So now, here they are. Now, as I divide this across the diagonal, I'm going to divide this across the diagonal also. So we can take all simultaneously, we can do each separate. So now this angle, I will now connect this angle to this point here. I will connect it to this point. Here it is. And then connect this angle to this point here. Here it is. I'll do the same thing for this one also. Connect this angle to this point. Okay. Here it is. And then connect this angle to this midpoint here. Okay, here it is. So now, the next thing is to use my compass to draw an ellipse. So, I will take from this point at the center, I will draw my ellipse. So from this point, I will draw an ellipse touching this point. So I can decide I can make this darker because this line is going to be visible. This is the front view of the ellipse, like the side view. It can be seen clearly, and even as you can see from the given drawing here, is seen clearly. So I'm going to make this also. I'm going to make it darker. From this point, here it is. Okay, here it is. Now, from this point, okay, I'm going to just make an ellipse. The normal method we use in making an ellipse. So I'm going to apply it. So as I said, you can make this dark straight from here. You don't have any problem. Okay, here it is. Now I'm going to make this ellipse also. This one I'm going to make it lighter. So I will do this very light because at the back, the front side is going to cover it. So I'm going to make this light. So the same thing for this one. I'm going to make it light also. So from this point. So we don't even need to draw any point here because when we draw a line here, it's going to cover this inner point. So we don't even need it. So that we can just continue proceed to the other side here. So from here, by observation, okay, sorry, this is the point. It's not at the point. Okay, let me measure this place. Let's see. 55.5. Yes, also 55.5. Okay. Okay. Now see where the problem is. This is 54. So let's make it like this from this point. So you can make this line dark also, because it's going to be seen clearly. You can make this to be dark. Okay. Now we connect these 2 points. Connecting these 2 points will give us our cylinder. So now we've drawn the cylinder without darkening. Now the next thing to do is, let's observe. We can decide to make our holes here or move on to do those slanted lines here, as you can see. So now let's move on with the slanted line, and then we do the holes. Now, starting with the line here from the side view, this one, that's the line that's going to be at this side. As you can see, from here, this line is touching the point 14 we have. So I'm going to have a line touching this cylinder from the cylinder to this place, like this. I'm going to have it. But what is the measurement? The measurement of this is 15. So you have 2 ways. You can divide this line into 2, take 7.5 across each side. And from this point also, the middle, you take 7.5 across both sides, and then you connect the 2 points. Or you can decide to take, to subtract 92 minus 15. Anyway, let's use this method. Let's divide the line into 2, which is 92 by 2. It's going to give us 46. Then 15 by 2 is 7.5. This is my point, 7.5. I'm going to take another 7.5 here. So I've made my 7.5. So I'll come across this point here, this line. Since this is the half of this line, I'm going to take 7.5 across each side. So here I will take 7.5. This is my line 7.5. And then I will take 7.5 from this is the center. 7.5 from here. And then from this center, I'm going to take 7.5. Okay, now I will connect these 2 points like this. I can make it darker since it's dark. So I'll connect these 2 points like this, and then connect this point like this. So you see we have our slanted line at this side. So now the next thing is we can move on to do the other slant line at the other side. Or we do this line here from the front view. So now let's do from the front view, as the other line from the side view at the back is going to, some of the lines are going to hide. So now, to do this one also, the width is given as 15 millimeter, and the total length is 142. So we can use the same method also. We can decide to divide this line into 2, and then we are going to now divide this line also into 2. We take a line here and divide it into 2. Now let's divide this line into 2, which is going for 142 divided by 2 is going to be 71. 142 divided by 2, which is 71. So I'm going to take 71 from this point here, or let's use the other method. Let's subtract 15 from 142. 142 minus 15, which is 27. Then to 27 divided by 2 is equal to 63.5. So you can have to use 2 methods. You can now measure 63.5 here, and from here, then you have your center. Or you divide the line into 2 and then take 7.5 across each side. So since we start with 7.5, let's continue with it. So now we measure 71 here. This is my 71. Then I will divide this line into 2, taking 7.5 across each side. 7.5 here. Now I'm going to take another 7.5 from here also. Now, okay. Now from the paper, we can see that after taking these 2 points we have, there is a certain height with which it goes up. From here, this is the height. And the height is given as 22. So from this point 22, that's where the slanted line starts coming out. So now I'm going to measure 22 upward. To do this is, I'm going to just measure 22 from here and here also. Do the same thing here, and then connect the points. So I'm going to measure 22. This is the 22 and 22. So I'm going to measure 22 from here, and then I'll measure 22. Yes, 22 from point 14. Correct. So I'll measure 22 also from here. This is my 22. Then I will connect the points, the 2 points. Here they are. So if I project this line upward, it's going to touch the line 22. Okay. So the same thing, whatever you did here, we are going to do the same thing at the back. So here also I'm going to measure 22. This is my point 22. So I'm going to do the same thing here also from the other side. But if you're having a very good set square, you can just use it like this to strike. So I will measure 22 here. This is my point 22. So I will now connect these 2 points also together. But since the cylinder at the top is covering the rest of the lines, I'll just stop immediately where it touches the cylinder, like this. I don't need to prolong it. And also, the next thing is I don't have to connect this point 22 because I don't need it anymore. So now I will project these 2 points upward before I take my slanted line. So this point, I will take it upward, touching the line 22 that we drew. This is it. Okay, and then we'll project this one also upward. Okay, here it is. For the one at the back, we only need one line. So we can measure the distance here, which is 63.5, right? 63.5, exactly. So we can measure the distance here, 63.5. So as you can see, the distance from here to here is not more than 15. It's just exactly at point 15. So we are going to just leave it. So we will now connect this point going upward, like this. Here it is. Now, the slanted line that we have that is touching the cylinder from the front view, as you can see, it's touching it at the center. At the center of the cylinder. So now we are going to take the center of the cylinder from the side. You see, from here to here is what, 55, right? So the center of 55 is this point 27.5, okay? And this point also. So now I want to just connect these lines. This is the point where our slanted line will touch. So now I will connect these 2 points like this. Here they are. The slanted line now is to take the measurements. Since I took from here to here 63, so same thing I'm going to apply here. But since the line is at the center, so we can divide this line into 2, which means it's a division between this side to this side. We divide this line into 2. So dividing it into 2, we'll now take 7.5 across each side. Then we'll now connect our point to that point 7.5 across each side. So now we'll divide this line into 2. So let's measure it. It ideally should be 45 if we divide it. Now we'll connect this line is touching this point. So now if we divide this, as you can see, this is 45, right? From here to here is 45. Then we divide it into 2. Half of it is going to be 22.5. Okay, this is half. Then from either side we are going to measure 7.5, and I want to measure 7.5 from this side. Then we'll now connect these 2 points like this. Connect this to this, and then we'll connect these to these points. Okay. This is the slanted line that we see from the front view. Okay. Now is to make another slanted line here. You can see this line here is from the back we have another slanted line from the back of the front view, and from the side we have this side as you are seeing, this and this. We just drew this one, so remaining this one here. So for this one, just locate the center of this. That's where we'll just take it. Immediately when it touches the cylinder, that's where we are going to stop. So from this point, we are now going to have to divide this into 2 also, but there is no anywhere where like we can see this line here. Whenever it enters, wherever it touches the cylinder, that's the point we are going to stop. So now here it is. So this is the line at the back from the other side. Now remaining this line from here, the slanted line from this side. As you can see from here, we can see it from the back. So it's also appear there. So since this line we took what? We divided into 2. So I want to do similar thing, the same thing here. I want to divide this into 2, this line into 2. So the division 2 is going to be 92 by 2, which is 46. This is my point 46. Then from this point, I'm going to take 7.5 from either side. 7.5 from this side, 7.5 from the other side here. Okay. Now I will connect this touching the cylinder. Touching the cylinder. That's where my line is going to be. Okay. From here to here. But wait, now realize that this slanted line is not touching the edge, it's touching what is at the center of these 2 points. So this line shouldn't go to this point. So now let's amend it. From here to here is 25. From this point to this point, let's now from this length here, this slanted line is not extending towards the edge here. It's at the middle of these center lines here. So therefore we extended it. So we're going to just fix it. It's only the problem we have here. So I'm just going to fix this right now. So now here we are going to first take the this circle, the center line of this circle, which from here to here is 21. It's giving us 21. So I'll measure 21 from this side. Also, same thing I will do here. 21 from this side. And then I'll measure 21 from this side also. Then from the other side, this cylinder is going to cover it, so we don't need to give any measurement there. So now I will connect these 2 points to have the center line where this slanted line will touch. So now let me remove it. So here it is. So now the line I'm going to divide here is this line. So divide this into 2, I'm going to have 46. Yeah. Then from this point 46, I'm going to take 12 points. I'm going to take 7.5 from each side. Here it is 7.5 from this side, and then 7.5 from the other side. Here. I will now connect it with these 2 points I have. Here, these 2 points. So now we have successfully amended our slanted line. So now, coming to this side also, we are going to do the same thing. Since I've measured my 21 here, right? That is the distance between here to the center line. It's all the same across each. I'm going to measure 21 here also from this point. Or you can use this set square just to strike at the point 30. You draw a line. The line, just before it touches the cylinder, you can just stop it there. That is from here, like this. Here it is. So now, in this line here, I will now divide this line to measure. Since the line I divide here is what? 46. I will now measure 46 from this point also. This is my 46 from this point. This is my point 46. So now, from this point, I'm going to make my slanted line touching the cylinder. Touching the cylinder. So now, from the point 46, I'm going to take 7.5 right across each side as we did here. So, but 7.5 across the other side has entered into the the joint, into the cylinder. So we don't need it. I'm going to just measure 7.5 from this side here. This is my 7.5. Then now, from here, I'm going to make a slanted line touching this cylinder. From what? From the bottom, from here, as you can see here. So I'll just make a line touching the cylinder. That's where I will stop, like this. So now I think with this, we can darken our drawing. Start seeing darkening the side necessary. Okay? But before then, let me make this curve here, so I'll darken all at the same time. So the curve here we have, as you see here, the radius is not given for the curve. So I'm going to have to assume radius for that. So now, the circle here is 18 millimeter diameter. So we can take anything around 10. Let's use 11 or 10 millimeter for this radius. To do that, you are going to measure the same length you measure here. what we are going to measure here. So now, if I took, I'll be taking 11. I love odd numbers. So I'll be taking 11 here, and then I will take 11 here. And the same thing. Here also I'm going to take 11, and I will take 11 here also. You can decide to take 12 or 10, but it should not be less than 10, because as you can see, the cycle there is not that, the cycle, if you are going to fit into that curve, I think it will just fit in lightly. So now I will take 11 here, and then 11 from the other side. 11 from here. I'll do the same thing at the top. 11 from here, and 11 from the other side. Okay, here also I'm going to do the same thing. 11 here. As I said, whatever distance you take or the radius you take, you're going to take them across each side to be the same. So I will take 11 here, and then 11 from the other side. So now you may decide to use your French curve to make this curve, or you can use anything you have available. You can use your pen also to make the curve. So let me just use a pen to make the curve here, or the French curve. I think I have a French curve there. Okay. So one thing you will do here is, when using the French curve, the curve you took here, you are going to make the same curve here. So here, which is smaller, here and here are going to be the same with up and down. So here and here are going to be the same. So if I'm to take the curve of here to be using this point like this side, I'm going to do the same thing with the one under. So this is my curve. Do the same thing here. Make the curve here. You can decide to make your box, that is to do the square, and then take make an ellipse, as a semi-ellipse. Here I'm going to do the same thing here. Then these 2 points using this side of the French curve. It's going to work out. And let's use this side. So here should be lights, and here you can make it darker because it's going to be seen at the top. So now, same thing you're going to do here. You make connect these 2 points here with the French curve. Then these 2 points you are going to connect them with the French curve, a very light one. So now you are going to just what? With a straight line, you connect the points where the touch, like this. Okay. And this one also you are going to what? Connect the point where the 2 curves are tangentially. Here it is, you can darken it. Let's darken this one here. So you can delete this portion. I don't need the curve. Oh, sorry. You need it because I'm going to use this for this one. Here. So now for this curve, let's make it more darker. Okay. Now I'm going to connect these points with bold line. So I will start making bold lines all from here. Now, connect this point with bold line. You will now connect this also with a bold line. Now connect this also with a bold line. connect this also with a gold line. Okay, this is also going to be a gold line touching these points. Here you stop. Okay, so conducting this also. Conducting this. Conducting this. Then we're ducking this. Now ducking this also. Okay. Then we add this like this. Okay. And this one also I want to darken it. So this point I want to darken this touching the cylinder. I want to darken this also touching the cylinder. Here it is. Ideally it passed by through the other side, but the cylinder is covering the parts behind. Yeah. Now I want to make a line that will connect these 2 points. But before I do that, let's use this line to make a faint line so that we can have make a faint line here. I'm going to make a line here that goes in. And then also these 2 points are connected also. As you can see from the measurement, they are connected. So but not all of the measurement can be seen. So we now make this point like this. So we can darken this here and here. And then the next thing is from okay, let's manage. There is a little bit of distractions in the class. So now I want to darken these 2 points where they meet, like this. I want to darken here. And then we'll darken these points here. So using this, I'm going to take a line that goes vertically upward. Let's darken this for that. Okay, so now I'm going to take a line that goes upward. If nothing touching the cylinder, we'll now stop there. This is it. Okay, here it is. So now, this is the point. Now we can darken the bottom side of our cylinder. As you can see, this slanted line cross the line that's joined the 2 cylinder. So now here, I'm going to darken here without passing through this slant. So now, this is going to be like this. Okay, here it is. And then this is another touching the cylinder. Then from the top, I'm going to darken it also. Okay? So now I will darken this from here to here. It's going to become dark. Okay. Now let me make this side more dark. Okay. Let me make this one also more dark and dark. Okay, here they are. Now you can see that what's remaining for us to do is the hose. We have 4 holes given. Now I'm going to just do the hose. That's the 4 holes we have of 18 diameter. To do them, this is the line as we are already taking the line. This hose goes from here to here is 21.21. And from the side view, here to the middle is 21. So that means from here to here is 21 also. So now we're already taking from here to here. Now we can take from this point here. We can now measure 21 from here. That's going to be our center line. So this is the point 21. Here it is. I'm going to do the same thing here also. From this point, I'm going to take point 21. This is it, point 21. And then with this one also, I'm going to take 21 here. So as you can see, I don't even need any points from the other side, this side, because here also is sufficient. For the other side, this joint is blocking it, so we don't need it. Now the hole is of 18 diameter, which means it is 9 millimeter radius. So I'm going to measure 9 across each side. So I'm going to measure 9 from here. I'll measure 9. And from the other side, I'm going to measure 9 millimeter also. So I will measure my 9 millimeter. I'm going to do the same thing here. Measure 9 millimeter, 9 millimeter, and then measure 9 millimeter also from this point. Now, and this line, let me project this line here, because we've measured our 20. Yeah, here it is, 21, right? This is 21. Let me project this line to come over to this place. So here it is. These are the points 21 that we have. Okay. So now from it, I will measure. I'm going to do the same thing here also. Extend this line. Let's use this set square. So to extend it, I don't want to go deep down here. I'll just stop at here. For this is my interest. So now I will measure 9.5 also from both sides. So here is 9.5. Now I'll measure 9.5 from this side. And then do the same thing here. 9.5 from either sides. 9.5 from this side also. I'm going to do the same thing here. 9.5 from side. 9.5. Sorry, 9, not 9.5. 9. So now the next thing is to connect those points. You can see I have my 9 also here. And my 9 here also. Now is to connect the points. So I'll now connect this point like this here. I don't need to connect them, or I can just draw a line here just to have. I want to draw a square. Okay. Here they are. Then I will connect this point here. So let me measure 1 point from 1 point. I have 2 points here and here, so I can connect the 2 points. So using them, I can connect this and then connect this. Now using these 2 points I have here, this and this, I can connect this and then connect this. Okay, so I'll do the same thing for this one also. For this, let me use the set square. So if you want to use the set square, you don't need to make 2 points. You can just use 1 point. Across the 30 degrees, you can just cut. It's going to be a parallel line. But if you don't have an accurate 30, 60, 90 set square, it's going to give you something, a wrong value. So now, let's have a diagonal here. I'm going to do all at the same time. And then you cut across the half like this, right? And then you cut across here also. Same thing. So now here also we'll do the same thing. And then here we're going to do the same thing. So our diagonal here. Having taken our diagonal here. Okay. Now using the compass, you just strike an arc. Make an arc. This is smaller arc is very complicated. So make an arc here, and then come across this point to do the same thing. make an arc. So the same thing, let's complete this one. Okay. Now we do the same thing here also. We now connect these 2 points like this. Do the same thing here also. Connect these 2 points. Now connect these 2 points also. Connect this point also. Do the same thing here. Okay, here they are. Now, as you can see, there is a cycle inside, a hole inside here. We have a hole of 30 millimeter diameter. So to do that, let's do the hole. It's the only thing remaining for us here. So now, to do that, as you can see here, from here to here, we're going to have to draw another small cube, small square inside. So the half of this, what 6 points is the half points. So I will take 15 upward, 15 downward. So from this point here, I'm going to take 15 upward, this is my point 15, and then 15 downward. Here it is. I'll do the same thing here. This is my midpoint. I'm going to take 15 upward and 15 downward. This is my 15 upward and then 15 downward. So I will now connect those 2 points like this. And then connect this point also like this. Okay. Now from the bottom here, I'm going to what? Also divide it into 2. So this is the center, right? My center here. This is it. So I will take 15.15 from either side. This 15, this 15. Now I'll do the same thing, just project it upward. Just take it upward. I'll now project this upward, touching this line, and then project this upward, touching this line. So my square here at the center, this square here has all sides to be equal, which is 30. So now I will connect these 2 points like this. Okay. Now the next thing, I will divide this line into 2, as well as this and this also. So now, let's divide this into 2. I'm going to take what? 15. So which is this 15 here. So this one also is what? This is my 15. So I will now connect them. So no need, I don't connect them. So I'll just also divide into 2. This is it. I can just project it downward. Or just divide it into 2 also. All the same. This is the point 15. And now I will now connect this across the diagonal. So this is my diagonal one here. Okay? Not diagonal, sorry, across this bigger angle and the other line here. Okay, that is it. Now I will make my arc. Okay, and with this here, I will make another arc. Now here I'm going to what? Okay, here it is. I believe there is nothing left here, and as you can see from the top. Okay, here is what is joined together here. So let me connect this point here. It's connected. So I'll just connect this point here. Okay, this is the end of it. We are not to cross this line here. As you can see from our Isometric 3, we cross this line. Please, you can just remove it in the case of example. Just remove it. I don't know why. Because the height here is bigger than the width here. Let's measure here. As you can see, the height here is what is 14, right? If you measure here, it's not up to 14. We're not going to see the hole. Had it been here, it's more than 14. We're going to have our small academy. That is what the rule for that one. Even for this one, there is a hole that passes through inside. But the length of here is larger than the width of this place. So we're not going to make any curve here. So that is it. For the something here also. And also here is joined together. So let me connect this point here also. It's connected. Okay. So here it is. Please do well to subscribe and like this. It wasn't easy in this method. Please go to U23CoLangs. The tutor is Ibrahim Zugo and it's recorded by David from Computer Engineering. As you can see, the class is a little bit noisy, but we managed to do this. Thank you. I wish us all success in our exams. May we all pass with ace. Thank you.